What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today I thought I would actually redo my deck profile I did over Heroes. Honestly, I wasn't too thrilled with what I went with. I gotta admit it. I mean, I felt like I could have done better with it. I felt like maybe I rushed the deck profile, and I wanted to fix some of the problems that it had. So that's what we're gonna do today. Of course, too, like I said before, this deck profile is one that does use some of the more expensive cards Heroes have. Unfortunately, they have some really expensive cards right now, so I'll try to come up with budget options as we go through it. And of course, too, if you guys want to see more deck profiles in the future, be sure to show me that by hitting that like button. I would greatly appreciate it, because deck profiles don't always do too well on my channel anyway, but I'd like to change that. I do like making these videos. But yeah, anyway, let's go on ahead and get to it. Alright, so starting us off, I'm just gonna go on ahead and go to the expensive cards. We have one of Evil Hero Adjusted Gold, and then of course one of Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. Yeah, both of these are very expensive right now. They're tough to get, both from Legendary Duelist, so yeah, that means Magical Hero, which is the most recent one, and then Immortal Destiny. Anyway, are they absolutely needed? They're really, really good to have. I mean, it's hard for me to say you don't need these, but also, too, I do feel like you can go without them as well, especially, at least with Adjusted Gold. You know, that's a good option to have, but you can replace it with other things if you don't want to run that, and then, of course, the fusion card that goes with the Evil Heroes, then you could always have, like, a couple of Called by the Grave to replace them. For Liquid Soldier, I still feel like that's probably one of the better ones to have, but you could probably even replace it with like a Shadow Mist or something as well. A little bit more searching power if you want it. But yeah, I mean, if you have them, go for it. But also don't empty your bank account for them either. Then after that, I'm going with 3 Elemental Hero Stratos. And then, of course, 2 of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. With Shadow Mist, yeah, you could bump that up to 3 if you don't want to use, like I said, Liquid Soldier or Adjusted Gold, whatever you want to do on that. But with Stratos and Shadow Mist, they're basically searchers. They help you get what you need. I mean, just like with this deck, you have so many searching things anyway. That's the reason the last deck profile was a little bit different, because I feel like we had so much searching power, but adding even more to it is, yeah, it does kind of take it to the next level. So that was one of the things I changed up on this, and yeah, you're going to want to have those. Basically, Shadow Mist was kind of our replacement for Stratos. Now we have both, so they're great to have. Then, of course, 3 of Destiny Hero Malicious. Having Malicious at 3, I keep saying it, but it's true. It's insane. I mean, seriously, it's a great card to have. Link summoning, fusing, all that. Just keep bringing it back to do that. It's one of the reasons Heroes are so powerful right now. Then, also 3 of Vision Hero Ferris. Ferris is relatively pricey. He's not near what the others are at the beginning, but I did have some people wondering about budget options. Honestly, I feel like Ferris, at the price it is, last time I checked, I think it was around 13 bucks. I would try to hunt them down, because this card does do a lot for the deck. It's not like $100 for each of them, so I would say it's a little bit easier to hunt down. And with it, I mean, being able to get it on the field, and then you can turn it into 2 more Vision Heroes afterwards, is really good for the deck. So I don't know if I could come up with a replacement for that, to be very honest. I would really try to hunt those down. Also, speaking of Vision Heroes, 2 of Vision Hero Increase. That's one of the ones you bring out with Ferris. And then also 2 of Vision Hero Vion. Vion's your Armageddon Knight. You know, it's your Foolish Burial even, and can also search for Polymerization. Increase, pretty easy to keep getting back on the field, but pretty much you just get them both out with Ferris. More heroes out there, and more ways of searching and getting what you need. Then 2 of Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. I really like having 2 of Solid Soldier. I mean, with him, you summon him, then you get another hero with him, you know, on your side of the field. Then he's great to use with Mass Change or Fusing, because then you get his other ability helping you get another hero. And yeah, I mean, having him in like Stratos, like opening hand, is amazing. Or even like Shadow Mist, because then you special summon that, you get Mass Change, and you can just keep going off of that. So I really do recommend having 2 of Solid Soldier. Then, of course, we have our Destiny heroes, the rest of them, basically. So 1 of Dynatag, 1 of Disc Commander, and then 1 of Celestial. So with these, you're basically just getting them to the graveyard so you can get a Destiny Hero Fusion out easily, and these are all still very useful in the graveyard. Then after that, we have Elemental Hero Honest Neos. That is your Honest for heroes, of course. And then 2 of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is so much easier to get now, and hand traps are always a pain for your opponent to deal with. Okay, and now moving on to our spell cards, I am running 3 of Fusion Destiny. Basically, you want this card in your opening hand. Use that, get some of your Destiny heroes to the graveyard, like I said, they're still useful, and then go for one of your fusions. Then also 2 of Emergency Call. This is one of the things I changed up as well. I feel like this deck has so much searching power, but honestly too, the more you think about it, it's like, what does it hurt to have more? I guess is the best way to put it. So I was thinking, you know what? That's something I should have changed for the deck profile on it. Again, I felt like I kind of rushed myself too much to try to get the video out and didn't think about it as much as I should have. So that is one of the things I changed as well. You could still have 3 of them. I still feel like you have so much searching power, especially with 3 Stratos and 2 of Shadow Mist and all that. You're probably in a good spot with searching for whatever you could possibly need, but 2 Emergency Call, I would definitely go with that. That's for sure. 2 of Mass Change, so we can get those masked heroes out. 2 of Super Polymerization, make their monsters ours and use them to fuse into. Regular Polymerization. Then Miracle Fusion. Also Reinforcement of the Army, another emergency call basically. I guess you could switch that out for another one, but I like having a Reinforcement of the Army as well. A Hero Lives. Dark Calling, that's what you use with Adjusted Gold. It's your evil hero Miracle Fusion, basically. And then also Monster Reborn. Always comes in handy, get a hero back, and there you go. It's always a useful card to have. Alright, now moving on to the extra deck, I'm also running one of Elemental Hero Sunrise. This card isn't nearly as tough to get as some of the other new heroes, by the way. So this one, at least time of recording, hasn't really skyrocketed or nothing. It's still a very useful fusion because it has a great destruction effect for you, and also it can help you search for a Miracle Fusion. So either way, it helps you bring out more, fusion monsters out there and everything. So I definitely recommend getting one of these. Like I said at the time, it's not as crazy to get as like Liquid Soldier or something. Then, well, here's the other end of the spectrum. We have Evil Hero Malicious Bane. Bane is not as tough to get as Adjusted Gold. It doesn't seem like as pricey or anything, but this is still one of the pricier ones. So if you're not going to run Adjusted Gold and all that, you're not going to run this card. I mean, so this is another one you could do away with. Honestly, if you want a budget option, you could easily go with like some other fusion for Elemental Heroes. Whichever one you think you're going to use, you could replace it with. Even though the Destiny Hero could work out for you. Then, well, speaking of Destiny Heroes, I have one of Destiny Hero Dystopia. Like I said, I mean, if you had like the room, you could go with another Destiny Hero. Like some of the other fusions could be useful. Dystopia, though, I think is the one that you definitely want to have. So I would definitely have room for that. Then after that, we have our Vision Heroes. So Trinity, always useful in Heroes. And then Adoration. Both of these are great and just easy to bring out, of course. One of Elemental Hero Escarado. I don't know if I ever say his name correctly, but there you go. Basically, he's the one where it's a hero monster and a dark monster. So with there being so much dark monsters in the meta, and you have Super Poly, take your opponent's monsters, make your own fusion. Then Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. This is because you're running Liquid Soldier. If not, you don't have to have this. You could go with like some other heroes if you want. But if you're going with Liquid Soldier, you need Absolute Zero. Then for our Masked Heroes, I'm going with 2 of Dark Law. Really useful. I mean, again, with all the dark heroes and stuff, you're going to bring this one out, and he's still a pain to deal with for your opponent. So definitely one of the main Masked Heroes you go for. Masked Hero Enki gives you another option for a Dark Masked Hero. Then Acid as well. Again, because of Absolute Zero, using Acid with that, you can change it, which then will destroy it, get the Absolute Zero's effect, plus then when you summon Acid, you get its effect. Basically just wiping out your opponent's field. That's the combo for it. If you're not running Liquid Soldier, you don't need either one of these. I mean, you could end up having like Master Hero Blast, which is the wind one, if you would rather, or something along those lines if you want a replacement. Again, it all kind of depends on Liquid Soldier. And then last of our fusions is Masked Hero Diane. I actually go with Diane over Blast. Blast isn't a bad Masked Hero, but I find myself needing Diane more. Like, that's usually a more useful one because it helps me get more heroes. So, in my opinion, I go with that instead of having a Masked Hero for my Stratos. So, that's just my personal opinion on it, but you can agree or disagree. Whatever you want to do on that. Of course, 2 of Extra Hero Cross Crusader. Very good Link monster. Even whenever, the Master Rule changes and we don't need Link monsters for our fusions anymore, still great to have. I feel like that's still going to be a go-to for you. Extra Hero Dread Decimator, another one that's very useful because of that power-up as well. And then, of course, we're moving on to the extra decks. So with that, it's pretty much the same as what we did last time. Have 3 of Nibiru, the Primal Being, so always useful to have 3 of this one. 2 of DD Crow, banishing your opponent's monsters. Yeah, that can destroy so many strategies. 3 of Dark Ruler No More. So also 3 of those. It's hard to get all these on screen. So there you go. You can see them pretty well. Then 2 of Twin Twisters. Spell and Trap card destruction. You're going against the deck that uses a lot of that back row. There you go. I mean, I guess really the only destruction we have for that would be like Stratos. But it doesn't hurt to have some extra just in case. Then 2 of System Down, going against those machine decks. And then 3 of Evenly Matched, which I think is like a 3 in every side deck. This could change depending on what happens in the meta, since this format is still relatively new, and it depends on what you're going against. If you're going against people that have a lot of back row cards, you might want like a third Twin Twister for that example, or something along those lines. So remember, side deck, that's something you can always kind of change depending on what your local meta is. And yep, there you go, that is my hero deck profile. So of course, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope this revision was a lot better, because I feel like this is much better. I tested it out more, and this feels like a better video, one that I'm more content with. So let me know what you guys think, but yeah, I'm much happier with this deck profile, and I hope you guys will be as well. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out TCG Player as well if you plan on buying any of these cards for the deck. If you use my link or the code CyberKnight, it helps support my channel. Like, subscribe, and all that too. And of course I will. Catch you guys later. See ya.